Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Bernie Tries. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel to stay up to date on my content. So today is a hair video, as you can see, because I'm close up on the camera yet again. I want to share with you guys this new technique that I learned off the internet that I'm excited to share with you guys. So this year, I guess you could say is a New Year's resolution if you want to say that, but I have came up with a challenge for myself. I challenged myself from January to June for 6 months to start prioritizing my hair more. But anyway, guys, I'm really excited to share with you guys this new hair technique. It was done by a very popular creator. Her name is Seun Okimi. And Seun, please do not hate me if I mispronounce your name. But anyway, thank you so much for coming up with this method. It is definitely, I feel like, saving my hair, guys. So I want to share with you guys. So you know how I do my previous video, I did my DIY sew-in technique that I showed with you guys. But in this video, I did the same method, but this time I didn't leave any hair out. So it's a no leave out method. You have no leave out, but it looks like you have hair out and people can't clock that is not your real hair technique is what I want to show you guys. So please stay tuned. This is the style, and then we'll go in and talk about what I did and the technique and my advice to you guys if you want to try this. All right, so here's the hair. None of my hair is out. There's the part, guys. The hair. I didn't curl it today, but this is how we got it. No leave out method. Like, Seun is really like doing her thing with this technique. It looks natural. Like, yeah. So let's get into what I did to make this hairstyle happen. So first what I did was I braided my hair how I usually do, how you guys saw me, how I did my DIY sew-in technique on my channel. So I braided it that way, but the only difference were two things that I changed. So two things that I changed was the leave out part. You saw how I left the leave out for the middle part. For Seun's technique, she did a side part, which she felt like it was like, I guess, the best way to make it unnoticeable that you're doing this method for the no leave out look. I feel like it might have been more difficult to do the middle part, but since she did the side part, that's why I did the side part. I didn't want to experiment and do the middle part this go around because I had somewhere to go and I did not want to have my hair looking crazy. So I was like, let me just follow what she did in her video and let me follow those steps. Let me not try to venture out. So I did the same braiding pattern how I would do for my for the DIY sew-in video. I did the same thing, but this time I did it for a side part. And the only difference was I made the part where I wanted, I parted out the area what I wanted to be my leave out, and I also made the part like here on where I wanted my part to be. And then I braided hairs that would usually be leave out. I braided those down and made in two braids and centered around this part that I left there. So my braids go here, and then I merged the braids at the end, and then it went down in the back of my head. If that makes sense. That's one difference that I made. And the second difference that I made was instead of in my DIY sew-in video, I did only like, you know, like the hook braids. For this instance, I sewed down the bits that would be my leave out and showed my part. And then I made another set of braids behind it. That would be the braids, that would be my hook braids that I will, you know, sew the actual wig onto. So this here, braids, which will be for my fake leave out. And then I did braids around it so that my wig could be sewed in on it. The braids that I left out, which will be my leave out, I followed Seun Okimi's method. Crocheting hair on to make it look like fake leave out. So I'm going to show you the hair that she recommended because I got the exact hair, but I did get a different color because I wanted it to match this. And that was one of my downfalls with this, not choosing the hair that she gave us, but choosing the color. You guys know that I custom dye my hair at home, and because we're using synthetic braiding hair as a leave out to mimic, you know, my leave out hair, it doesn't necessarily match my wig color overall. I don't know if you noticed that. That's why this hair is here is like this. If I show you right now, it would not match. And I don't know if you could also peep it here. You see is not matching. So my advice to you is, if you are doing this method, make sure it's like a natural hair color, something that you can mimic with braided hair. I'm yapping, but let me show you the hair that she recommended. So she recommended here we are, the Cuban twist double strand style hair. I got this from Amazon and I got it in the color 4. So I thought the color 4 would match. I remember holding up the hair and looking at it and thinking it was, but like, I have a ring light right here, guys, and you can totally see the difference. I don't know if, ooh, that's a little embarrassing. I don't know if people can see it outside. I haven't heard anyone say anything, but maybe people just don't care. But yeah, you can see the difference. That's why I wear this hair a certain way. But at the end of the day, I'm protecting my hair, and that's all that matters to me right now. But also, I do want to look good, and no one said anything like, oh, you look crazy. People have been saying like, oh, you look nice today. Oh, you look cute. So keep in mind, I live in Michigan right now, so I don't know if people in Michigan will be clocking my hair like how they would elsewhere. But like, just for my advice to you is, make sure you choose a hair color that's close to the color of your extensions, your bundles, your wigs, etc. Yep. And I think it looks good. I like it. So another thing, for heat, braiding hair can take heat, but it's small heat, like 250 and under. And that's what I've been using for that. And then of course I've been changing the temperature to curl my extensions, which can take a higher, degrees on the flat iron. When doing this, like I said, you should make sure you have 1 day to actually do this and be patient with yourself, because I have very limited time. I thought it was going to take me a couple hours to do this. I saw how long it was taking me, and I rushed a few parts, and so when I looked, I saw I had gaps in my leave out part, so I had to go back in and fix it and go back in and fix it. But if you take your time, you don't have to go back and fix it. It's quicker, but you just have to be patient with yourself. Put away enough time that you have, so a day, or if you want to just take your time, if you don't have nothing to do for the next 2 days, 2 days, sew your hair down the first day, next day, do the crochet part. I will say that you will notice the difference in texture in the braiding hair. Not like looking, I'm saying, but when brushing, it can be a bit hard to brush. Like for instance, like, oh, you can hear it. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind is that the braiding hair will shed, so you will have to clean up a lot of hair on the floor. But yes, there's pros. Yes, there's cons to it, but the number one pro is that you're not manipulating your real hair. It gives your real hair a real break. So that's why I'm happy that I tried this method out, and I want to share this experience with you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in my next video. Bye.